morning, and what to do, ladies and gentlefolk. I know that I've been promising to make a video, especially in my new office thing. It's still not done. I can't find L brackets and such. There's certain pieces that are missing to it, so I have yet to be able to make anything in my office thing. But I don't think I'm going to be doing any of the abuse story in my office. I think that's where everything else, all the good stuff, is going to occur. Concerning the abuse story, the question that has been on my mind lately, that has actually been asked pretty frequently, that I wanted to save for a special occasion or something, was how I managed to get away. And it's not like it's a heroic story, and I'm going to try to make it really short for you guys, because it's eventful, but it's not. And so I'm trying not to keep repeating stuff that I've already said, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. So, as many people are fully aware, especially from watching my previous videos, or, really, that should just be it. As many people know, I broke up with my ex, and then was still technically his for 8 months. I didn't really have much of a choice. Not that I wanted to be his, but I still didn't feel like I had a choice in the matter. So for 8 months, we're going to go ahead and skip past that, and lead to the final week before I finally got a restraining order, which is ultimately how I got away from my ex. Was I had to go get a restraining order against him. And so with that, I guess I'll start you with how the day went. One day, he decided to come over, drop our daughter's things off, as well as our daughter later, I think it was just past 8, he dropped her off and such, and told me he wanted nothing to do with me, nothing to do with her. I figured I'd have a week or two where I'd be good, because he does it pretty regularly, and he kept acting like he was suspicious because I'd taken medication for my allergies, because they were just super bad that day, and it was like Benadryl and ibuprofen, I believe, is what I typically take, or that's what I took that day. And I thought I had at least a week where I was good, and I think it was like 3 or 4 days later, he shows up at my door, unannounced, uncalled, ringing my doorbell, just keep hitting the button, and I opened the door because I thought he was someone else, so I'd invited the fox over to come and hang out and officially meet my daughter. Well, when I opened the door, I was like, yo, what the fuck, you're not supposed to be here, you didn't even call to let me know in advance. And he got pissed off about the fact that apparently he shouldn't have to call, because our daughter was here, and he should have the right to be able to just come up to my house whenever he wants to, no warning, because my daughter's here, and because he didn't say I was allowed to introduce my daughter to somebody who I had been dating. I think it was like 6 months before I figured I'd just let him meet my daughter and see how that goes. And so I called the fox to let him know, hey, halt what you're doing before you come over here. I don't want you to be here while my ex is here. And my ex spent that whole time trying to smash the phone out of my hand when the fox was on his way with some cops. And then he did hit it out of my hand at one point, and it crashed to the floor and scared the crap out of our daughter. When he smacked the phone out of my hand, our daughter was crying, so he went ahead and picked her up and just spent the whole time yelling at me, telling me that while he was holding her, that it was my fault she was crying and I had made her cry, and he's going to take her away again forever and ever this time. And then I asked if he had a car seat, and he said, of course I have a car seat. I think I challenged him. I don't remember what I said in response to it, but he ended up not taking her, because apparently he didn't have a car seat when the cops called, so she couldn't have been in the car, because they'd have caught him, and he would have been in, like, major trouble. And so when I'd called the cops and brought him in, they ran my information, and according to the cop, my mom was pursuing on an unrelated case concerning a different child. I guess my mom had pursued for maximum punishment, according to the cop, maximum punishment for failure to pay or something, which I thought was pretty off, considering I'd been paying pretty religiously for the last 3 years. And we're not going to get into detail on that one, but I did end up going to jail for, it was 20, I think it was 24 hours. And in that 24 hours, my ex managed to get our daughter at my house, or at his house, because she was supposed to be at my Nana's house. And then after I'd gotten out of jail, the next day I went down, because I'd gotten out at night, I went down to the courthouse, back to the courthouse the following day. And as I was heading in, my ex kept texting me about, I'm going to regret doing this. I'm going to be sorry. Why am I doing this? I'm tearing the family apart, yada, yada, yada. And I went down to there's a little section, so there's no hiding where I was going. So as I'm heading to the request for an injunction on grounds of domestic abuse, domestic violence, and such. And I say this that there was no hiding where I was going, because my ex had decided to show up at the courthouse himself. I don't know what that was for. And as I was filing and whatever, when it finally got put through, just before it got put through, his lawyer or someone started whispering in his ear and shit, and he bolted out that courthouse. And then and I know he knew that I was getting an injunction, or had to have suspected it, because that's the booth I was standing at, filing paperwork at. And then he kept texting me about, this is going to look bad if you don't respond. You need to respond to me. And if I had responded, they would have just thrown it out of the courthouse. And so and I think he knew that, because that's why he was trying to force me to respond, and he was trying to intimidate, talking about I was never going to see my daughter again if I didn't respond, because then it would prove that I didn't care in the courthouse, and it would make him look better when he takes full custody of our daughter. So that happened. And then I think we went to the courthouse, and he spent some of that time saying, talking a bunch of crap. Then we had our second hearing, and then we had the third one. And the third one was because he was claiming I was trying to contact him to third-party person, which, I definitely wasn't. No. But after all of that, I ended up gaining full custody of my daughter, and I have an injunction against him now. Legally, he's not allowed to be around me or my daughter, or he's not allowed to send anybody to mess with me or my daughter. Yeah, so long story short, broke up with dude. Dude kept me as his thing for 8 months. Eventually it all came to a head when I got tired of it and got an injunction, because I was just officially tired of it. Now I managed to get lucky and get custody of my daughter. And that's about where we're at right now at this point. I'm trying to think of anything else I might be missing for you guys. Yeah, sorry for the frog in the throat, though, early on, because I'd just woken up and I was like, you know what, this would be a good time to do the music video, or do this video. I do actually intend on making a music video. It's not my own song, it's somebody else's, but I wanted to do a music video to it. I just figured that'd be a fun project to try out, along with a few other really fun ideas I've been having. So, if you guys enjoyed those videos, or these videos, or any of the other ones that are going to be coming up, just be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, maybe even a YouTube video idea you guys have been having. Maybe you want to see a piece of art done, or I don't know. Maybe what I could possibly do is paint. I have 2 jobs, so it's like, it's paint. But yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions, any comments, any ideas, any requests, just be sure to leave a like. And honestly, this year I'm probably going to be making an art request competition, and the way that's going to work is you just like, subscribe, and then leave a comment that you did, and then suggest it to 2 other people, and the person who wins, it's going to put in a drawing in a hat, is going to be able to make a free tattoo art design requests. I don't know. I'm probably going to be doing that. So, yeah. You guys, I'm going to be leaving you guys on your own at this point. So, yeah, y'all just do you. Catch y'all on the flip side. Remember, like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Might put you into a... I forget what the word is called. Competition. That's what it is. It's competition or something. And I'll do like an art request video thing, be it a poster or a tattoo. That's what it is. It's a poster or a tattoo. And it'll get mailed to you. All of it'll be free, completely paid per my expenses. So yeah, just go ahead and, you guys do you. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Because these videos are actually mildly stressful to do, but they do help a little bit. So, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.